Good evening, everyone. I hope you guys. Yes, Sri Lakshmi, thank you. Same here, Abhishek ji. Missed you all too. Happy Holi once again for all of you. May all your P&L be painted with green hole all through your life. I'm very happy to see you all. I'm doing good, thank you. Feeling much better because I was affected by influenza, so it's a very bad thing in Bangalore now because most of them are getting affected that way. So I was bedridden for 2 days. Luckily, I got 2 holidays to recover. Namaskara, Anuj. So let me just wait for 1 or 2 minutes. I hope you guys have observing and backtesting whatever 3 indicators that we have discussed till now. I hope all of you booked 10% in Jindal stainless steel. Thank you, Anuji. Okay, so I think we have good numbers. Let's start off. Okay, so if I ask you anything like either yes or no, then only you guys are replying. I'm not reading any of your questions. Even if you ask any questions in between, I'll not be answering anything. Okay, so let's discuss Fibonacci levels. Okay, after that we'll discuss RSI. Or else let me complete RSI, then I'll go to Fibonacci. So RSI. So RSI, it will remain 14 period. Okay, and overbought will be 60, and oversold will be 40. So you can paint overbought as green and oversold as red. Okay, so I'll just repeat. So period will remain 14. That's the default setting. Overbought will keep it as 60. Oversold we keep it as 40. So just to align with the traffic lights, I'm giving green color for overbought and red color for oversold, because every time whenever we look at RSI, we cannot look at the values, right? Yes or no? It is very tedious to look at the values. But whenever you're taking a decision, if you see the color, if it's in green, then you can just think about going for a buy trade. And if it's in red, then you can think about going for a sell trade. Yes or no? Because every time whenever you look at the value, you might panic thinking this value is changing. Should I enter trade or not? So it's better to paint them. So I'm just repeating, make overbought as 60 and oversold as 40, green and red. Okay. So you have to use 15 minutes until you master, like once you finish your 100 days of trading, then you can shift to 5 minutes, because all your stop losses will be hit in 5 minutes because you cannot capture the trend. Okay. So I for RSI indicator earlier when we discussed about RSI divergence. Yes or no? So buyers are more in number when RSI is above 60. Sellers are more in number when RSI is below 40. When RSI is between 60 and 40, no trading at all. Right. Say for example, on 3rd March, do you see RSI was beautifully above 60? That do you see the green shading here? And accordingly, do you have a beautiful movement here? Yes, right. So always remember, when RSI is in green in color, then only, because RSI indicates momentum, RSI indicates strength. Okay. See, along with the trend, you need to match the momentum. Listen carefully. Trend is your friend and momentum is the king. Right. So we have 10 SMA, parabolic SAR, and MACD to identify the trend, because trend is very important. Right. So without trend, momentum will not help. Once you catch the trend using all the 3 indicators, then you can go for matching the momentum. Why do we need momentum? You need to participate when there is a strength in the market. When there is weakness, then you'll not make money. Yes or no? So RSI is a momentum indicator, which is nothing but strength indicator. Even if you don't get any trades according to RSI, please do not trade. Don't lose money. Okay. So when RSI is above 60, you can see how beautifully, it went up. It indicates strength. So on late, apply the logic that you have learned earlier, that here candles are making higher high. Here peaks are making lower highs. So this strength is not withstanding. There is a RSI bearish divergence. So there was a dip here. So you can apply both the logic. To enter trade, you can use RSI above 60 for a buy trade. And whenever you see divergence, you can book your profits and exit. Yes or no? Today, the last 3 o'clock candle. See, at 2:45 candle, you have a red shading, right? So from 2:45 onwards, if you had traded in Nifty Bank, you would have got 177 points, right? So on an expiry day, if you get 177 points, premium you would have got around 80 to 90 points, right? So that will help you in terms of making very good profits. And don't you think RSI is trying to control your emotions in the market? Because see, morning there was a RSI above 60, but later part from 12 o'clock till 2:30, from 12 o'clock to 2:30, don't you think RSI was between 60 and 40 here, this area? So most of the people would have lost money between 12 o'clock to 2:30 because RSI was between 60 and 40. There is no strength even for a buy trade, and there is no strength even for a sell trade. Then many people would have lost money here. So actually, you should have traded somewhere here, right? So let's take Nifty 50. So there was a better entry in Nifty 50 much earlier, right? So you got an entry at 130 candle, yes or no? If you see the vertical line of the pointer that I'm trying to use, for 130 candle, do you have the red shading? Yes, right? So from here, if you had traded, there was a movement of 92 points, right? So the probability of getting at least one trade is very high, right? So probability of getting one trade is very high. So, and moreover, when RSI is below 40, will you go for a buy trade? When RSI is below 40, will you go for a buy trade? No, right? So many people would have traded thinking that it will go up in this particular candle because it was a green and there was a retracement. But RSI is trying to tell you that I'm still below 40, don't take any buy trade. This was just a eye wash for you to, take a buy trade, and later it fell very badly, right? So, and you can see from this point to this point, don't you think RSI was between 60 and 40? So what are you supposed to do when RSI is between 60 and 40? Don't trade at all, right? So you can see the market is consolidated between these two lines, right? So it is trying to just eat up the premium of people. There is no strength. There is no strength, literally no strength at all. So actual strength was from 130 onwards, according to RSI. You must have traded Nifty 50 from 130 onwards. In Bank Nifty 245 onwards, right? Yes or no? So are you guys clear how to use RSI? So let's check gainers and losers, FNO Securities. Paragji use this only for intraday trading. So Manappuram, was a gainer, right? So there was a movement of 3% in the first candle itself, so we are not trading, right? So let me take SBI card, because by the time you start your trading at 9:30, 3% is already up, so we will not get much of movement here. So SBI card, let me add SBI card. See, SBI card is a very good trade for today, right? According to RSI. So once high of this first candle is breached, so whatever risk reward ratio, either you take the first high to low, or you just calculate 0.5% of the share value. So there was a movement of 1% because RSI was above 60 beautifully. Okay, after reaching certain points, you can see how beautifully it is fading, and the weakness is also, you can see here. But your idea is to capture just 0.5% and come out of it. The target is 0.5% in stock trading. Stop loss is also 0.5%. So let's take the next stock, Shriram Fin. So this was the first candle. Once high of this candle is breached, do we have uh, RSI above 60 here? Do you see the green color? Yes or no? In trading view, you will not get any colors. Okay, you can just have to see the value and trade. It's only in Zerodha you can color the zones. Okay, Delta Corp. So Delta Corp, let's check what is the movement in the first candle. 1.6%, decent. So 0.93%, so 0.5% is achieved. So let's check losers for the same. Adani Enterprise. So this is the first candle. The first candle low was breached here. So once the low of the first candle is breached, do we have RSI below 40? Do you see the red shading for this candle, which is trying to breach the low of Adani Enterprise? Yes, right. So just take a trade, because that is when you got to know the dominance. So after that, there is a fall of 5.3%. Great. So that's amazing. So you should always participate once there is a strength with the help of RSI. Let's take RBL Bank. So RBL Bank, this is the first candle. First candle low is breached. Will you trade here for this candle? Everybody? No, right? Because RSI is between 60 and 40, you don't see any color, neither green nor red. So when did the actual color happen? For this 12:30 candle, yes or no? From 12:30 onwards, RSI gave you confirmation for a sell trade, and you would have traded at 12:30, and there is a fall of 1.8%. And capturing 0.5%, it was very easy after the confirmation of RSI. Okay, M&M. Let's check M&M. So this is the first candle. First candle low is breached. Right. Will you trade here? Is there any strength here for you to take a sell trade for the 9:30 candle? No, right? You have to wait until you see the RSI shading, red color. So for 10 o'clock, candle, you got red shading in RSI. Yes or no? So then you can trade. So they, for example, many people, they cannot identify the color because of some issue. You can still keep it as white only if you are finding it difficult. So if you can see the white shading much better for the black background, or else you can change the color also. For this color, for this candle, you can see the white shading. So below 40, it will give you white shading. Above 60, it will give you white shading on. So this will also help you. But for color coding, will remind you that trend in a very strong way. So there was a movement of minus 2.3%. So obviously you could have captured 0.5% very easy. So I'm not reading any comments because I just want you guys to focus on the learning. So can I take a trade here at 9:45? Do we have confirmation of RSI? See, RSI was in deep red throughout the day. So how beautifully there was a movement of 2.5%, right? So now let's add all other indicators now. So which is the moving average that we are using? 10 simple moving average. So and we are using parabolic SAR. And then MACD. So now we have all the four indicators. So 10 SMA, parabolics are MACD and RSI. Now let's try to read the data with all the indicators. So 9:15 candle, don't you think this is the first candle closing below 10 SMA? Yes or no? So the low of the reference candle was breached by 9:45, right? And do you have the support of parabolic SAR for this candle? Yes. And do we have histogram below zero, negative crossover in MACD? Yes, right. You have beautiful histogram. And do you have RSI below 40 here with a red shading? So don't you think the trend as well as momentum matched here? Yes, yes. So death cross and this. So perfect trade, right? So here at 9:45 in Nifty 50, candle closed below 10 SMA and low of the candle was breached by 10 o'clock candle. And you have the support of parabolic SAR. But do you have the support of MACD here for 10 o'clock candle? Ten SMA and parabolic SAR gave confirmation that bearish trend has been initiated. Okay. But do you have the support of MACD? No. So you'll wait for the confirmation for MACD. But unfortunately, what happened? Candle went up and it closed above 10 SMA. So 11:15, candle closed above 10 SMA, right? And high of the candle is also breached by 11:30. But do you have the support of parabolic SAR for a buy trade? No, right? It is still on top. So throughout the day, see the beauty of parabolic SAR is throughout the day, it is trying to tell you that trend is bearish. So here you don't have the support of MACD also, RSI also, PSAR also for a buy trade. So it was a fake breakout. Then we'll wait once again. Then there is a fresh candle which is closing below 10 SMA and low of the candle is breached here, right? So once again, candle closed below 10 SMA, low of the candle closed here. So here, don't you think you have the confirmation from 10 SMA, parabolic SAR and MACD? All three indicators are matched at 12 o'clock. But RSI is still below between 60 and 40. So we have the trend confirmation is done. MACD, 10 SMA, parabolic SAR, three together gave trend confirmation. But strength confirmation we didn't get from RSI. So we'll wait for a trend. All three indicators merged, but we are badly waiting for RSI. At which candle did we get RSI entry? For this candle, 130. So at 130, don't you think you have the confirmation of all four trend indicating as well as strength indicating indicator? Then nobody can stop you from taking a put option because you are cautiously taking multiple confirmations. When you take multiple confirmation, don't you think you can trade peacefully without any fear? So here you could have taken put option as RSI was a deep red. You could have stayed back in trade. So we have four indicators merged at 130. So perfectly you could have taken trade at 130 and peacefully would have made money. So let's check Nifty Bank. So this is the candle which closed below, 10 SMA and low of that is breached. Low of that. So 12:15 candle breached the low of the reference candle. You have the support of parabolic SAR and you have the support of MACD also. So at 12:15 you got a beautiful trend confirmation from three indicators. But do you have the support of RSI? I just drew a box mentioning the 60-40 zone. So in that zone, you're not trading at all. You will lose money heavily. So you need patience. You need to be like a tiger in the forest where whenever you see the prey, you need to wait for the right opportunity to jump on the prey, or else you'll remain hungry as a tiger, right? So you're like a trade tiger. So you need to wait for the right opportunity. Whenever you get a right opportunity, you can go full on. So where did we get the opportunity here? We got an opportunity at 245. Don't you think all the four indicators merged at 245? Because for 230 there is no red shading. So you need to be very careful, Purnimaji. At 2:30, there is no red shading. So at 2:45, we have a red shading. When there is a red shading, that indicates sellers have pitched in, because RSI is tracking big players' data, right? So when sellers pitched in, and you have got a trend confirmation via 3 indicators much earlier, so we waited for the right opportunity. So we got a right opportunity, and this was a perfect trade, right? So let's see what happened in the morning. This is the first candle. So I've done a separate class on PDH, right? PDH and PDL I spent 1 hour to explain. So if you had applied that logic, today there was a rejection at PDH. It could not break PDH. So I hope my 1 hour class did not waste. See, this is the highest point of yesterday. The PDH and the first candle high both coincided. So obviously it will be a powerful resistance. So there was a beautiful rejection here, right? So once you understand the Fibonacci, you know why you're not supposed to take a trade here at PDH. And in option chain, there was a very powerful resistance here. When two levels are combining together, you should wait for a candle to close above these two levels, then only you can take trade, right? Though RSI is above 60, there is no candle which is closing above PDH. That's why we did not take a buy trade here. Is this clear? Yeah. So we'll take. So see, this is the first candle of 3rd March. Okay. I'll mark high and high of the first candle. High of the first candle was breached by 9:30 candle itself. So do you have the support of all indicators for 9:30 candle to take a trade? Anu ma'am is saying no voice. Is my voice audible? Is my voice nice? Nice. Okay. So see, 9:30 candle, you got the confirmation from 4 indicators, right? This is where you'll get confidence to buy call option. So until RSI is above 60, don't you think you can stay back and trade? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 candles. So 4 candles of 15 minutes will add up to 1 hour. So 1.5 hour peacefully you could have been in call option trade. So there was a movement of totally 528 points. If there is a movement of 528 points, here approximately there is a movement of 400 points in the premium because of the delta value, which we'll discuss later. Okay. So don't you think if you get 400 points in a week within a day, even if you don't trade for the rest of the week or 2 weeks, you're happy, right? Say for example, if you capture 30 points 10 times, you'll get 300 points. Yes or no? But if you get 400 points in one single day, stay away from trading at least for a week. Your target is achieved. Right. So on 22nd, that's why even if you trade one trending day in a week, that's more than enough. You don't have to trade every day. Don't become a compulsive trader. So this is the first candle. First candle low is breached. Do we have the confirmation of all indicator? Parabolic SAR, MACD. You can just follow the vertical line of the cursor. You will see it is trying to cut through all the indicators. So once you have the confirmation of all the indicators, until RSI is red in color, just aram se stay back and trade. Right. So 500 points. So if I get 500 points profit, I'll not trade for a month, because even if you capture 30 points for 10 times, you're getting 100 300 points, right? So you have to trade 10 days to capture 300 points, and you're getting 500 points in just one single trade. Yes or no? So this way, you're able to capture very good move. So please trade when there is an entry according to the setup. If there is no entry, don't trade. Okay. See here also, you've got a beautiful confirmation. Once low of this is breached, you have an entry, all indicators matched. So 670 points. So 670 points, because RSI is in red in color. So peacefully stay back, listen to music. See, if you don't trade like a meditation, then it will affect your emotion and it will affect your BP. And in the long run, you earn money and you lose wealth, health, right? So just take one trade, just practice with one lot. So risk is yours, method is mine. Start with one lot, practice it for 100 days, and once you are happy with it, whatever profits that you make with that profit money, you can scale it up the number of lots. Once you reach 36 lot size, that is the maximum lot size allowed by SEBI. Once you reach 900 points, 900 size, so how much money you would have made? So can you all just multiply 900 into 671? That is the maximum 36 lots allowed by SEBI. So after practicing for 6 months to 7 months, so what would have been the profit? 6 lakh rupees. So if you make 6 lakhs, don't you think that is somebody's initial starting salary of an engineer? I'm just trying to show you the trending day first so that you'll gain confidence. Then we can work towards other aspects. See, this is the candle closed. This is the candle which closed about 10 SMA. High of this is reached. Initially, you will not go for 600 points. Initially, you will take one trade. Once you get 30 points, come out of it. So stick to 30-point strategy for 100 days so that you will be in green regularly. Okay. Once you gain confidence, staying back in trade and staying back in trade and scaling up the lot size is purely at your own risk. But I'm showing you the method, right? So start with one lot. I'll teach you how to trail stop loss later. So I'm teaching you how to take perfect entry. Once I teach you trailing stop loss, then it becomes easy for you to stay back in trade. Just modify stop loss and keep making money. But as of now, we are focusing only on how to take right entry. See, trading is a game of probability. If you take a right entry, the probability of hitting your target is very high. If you take a wrong entry, if you don't have multiple confirmation like this, then you will not get confidence. Focus on right entry now. Trailing stop loss will come later. So will you take a buy trade here? Just yes, no, yes. No, right? Because RSI, you don't see prominent green shading here. The green shading appeared here. Yes or no? So you got 340 points. See, you don't have to trade every day. Don't become a compulsive trader. It's very injurious to your wealth. Whenever there is a trending market, at least you'll get trending market once in a week. Make 300 to 400 points and just come out of it. But initially, please stick to 30 points in Bank Nifty so that will boost your confidence. The later you can just go on board after. See, whenever you go for a job interview, what do they ask? How much experience you have regarding this domain, right? So every day when you get up in the morning at 9:15, market will ask you the same question: how much experience you have to make money today? So at least you should have 100 days of trading experience to increase the lot size and to increase the number of points that you capture. Is that clear? Don't be in a hurry. Stock market will not end in a day. It will be there for next 30 years. Focus on learning. Focus on mastering how to take a right entry. Start with small capital because your emotional quotient is suitable only for 20K as of now. So once you make profits for 100 days, you have enough capital to scale up the loss. By then, emotional quotient would have increased gradually, strengthened. It's like a muscle, like a biceps. It will not develop in just one day, right? You need to keep working out, and at the same time, you need to give right nutrition. What is the nutrition that you're giving to your brain? That when to trade, when not to trade. That will strengthen your emotion, and slowly that muscle of taking a right entry will be built. See, this is the first candle. The low is breached. Will you take a sell trade here? Look at it very carefully. Vanashri ji, you're saying yes. Do you have a red color? This is a surprise test. Do you have a red color for this vertical line? For the next candle, you have the red color. In 30 minutes, how many points did you capture? 244. If there is a movement of 244 here, you would have got 180 points in option premium. If you multiply 180 into 25, for one lot, how much profit? 180 into 25, 4,500. It's good enough. Even bank will not pay. So what is the capital? Approximately would have used 10,000 rupees. For 10,000 rupees, you'll get 4,500. But whenever it's a trending day, make good money and stay away from the market when there's a choppy day. Is that clear? Make money in a trending day and stay away from the market when market is choppy. Anyways, you would have got 300 to 400 points beautifully. And why would you risk your hard-earned money and profits, right? So see, this for this candle, you have confirmation of all indicator, but RSI just touched 60. See, this is the thing which will haunt you many times. When RSI is just touching 60, and if you don't see clear green shading, please do not take trade. Wait for next candle. Is this clear? Whenever you are not confident about RSI color, if it is just piercing 60 zone, if it is just touching 60 zone, don't trade. Wait for the next candle. Nothing will happen. In 15 minutes, nothing will happen. Just wait for next 15 minutes and you can see green shading. Then you can take a trade. 600 points. Okay, so just if there is a movement of 600 points here, there will be approximate movement of 450 points in your premium. So just multiply 450 into 25. So for 10,000 rupees, you would have got 11,250. See, that is the beauty of trending day. Okay, you'll get more points. But focus on 30 points capture and stay away. Say, for example, if you're focusing on 30 points capture, what you can do, you will enter trade here. Okay, so we'll see what is the difference between high and low. What is the difference between high and low here in this candle? Approximately 100 points, right? So when there is a movement of 100 points in one single candle, don't you think you can capture 30 points easily in this candle? Yes. So if you want to take a re-entry, mark the high of this candle. Anyways, you have finished your trade in this candle. Now you're looking, you have booked 30 points and you're happy you got 750 rupees. But market is trending, it is tempting you to enter trade. Don't trade anything. At least for 100 days, take only one trade. That is my suggestion. In case if it is trending and if you want to encash 30 more points, wait for this high to be broken. So what is that? 41,176.5. If it becomes 41,177, so definitely high of this previous candle is breached. Then once again look at the indicators. Then all indicators are matching here. Then take a trade here. You got 150 points movement in this candle and definitely you got your 30 points quota here. Then once again mark high of this candle. You finish trade in this candle, wait for high of this candle is breached. Once high of this is breached, once again check all indicators, all are matching, take one more 30 points here. So like that, you can take 5 to 6 re-entries. Is this clear? For every re-entry, you have to check all 4 indicators. Okay, so I would not suggest you guys to take a re-entry. That requires a lot of experience. Take one trade and stay away from the market, or just trail stop loss. Just take one entry, because if you take multiple entries, you'll be paying a lot of brokerage. If you take multiple entries, don't you think you're paying more brokerage? So I'll teach you how to trail stop loss later. Using that, just take one entry, keep trailing stop loss. Simple. That is much easier. There we are not setting any target. We are making peace with our loss by setting stop loss. We're just modifying stop loss and staying back in trade. Okay. So this is the reference candle. Low of this reference candle is breached. Will you take a sell trade here? Will you buy put option in Bank Nifty? Yes or no? Quickly. So patiently you'll wait. For 230 candle, you got confirmation. Yes or no? In 30 minutes, there was a movement of 1,152 points. Your patience was rewarded. We got a trend confirmation much earlier. Strength confirmation did not happen. It happened at 2:30. So 1,152 points. If there is a movement of 1,152 points, approximately there is a movement of 700 to 800 points. Let's keep 700 only. Multiply 700 into 25. How much is your profit? 17,500. Don't you think for 10 to 12,000 investment, getting 17,500 is beautiful? Let us assume that you have practiced this for 6 to 7 months and you have scaled up the lots to 36 lots, that is 900. So multiply 900 into 700. What is 900? 6.3 lakhs. So don't you think if you get such kind of movement at least 4 times? See, I've shown you that in this month also, January also, and February also. Okay. So don't you think if you get at least this kind of movement 4 times in a year, let's assume that you have a lot of patience to wait for a perfect entry and you have practiced the setup for 1 year. After 1 year, you're trying to trade with 900 lot size. And if you get 4 entries, don't you think you've made 25 lakhs in a year? If you make 6 lakhs in such a beautiful trending day. So it's 1/4 of a crore. You don't have to trade every day. Please remember, don't become a compulsive trader. Stay away from the market. When market is trending, go full on. So if you trade 4 days in a year, you can make 24 lakhs. And if you are trading 16 days in 4 years, you're making 1 crore. Just by trading 16 days in 4 years, you're making 1 crore. So try to have that kind of a self estrangement from trading. Let people trade, let them post screenshot, don't worry. Have a target, make money, and be happy with it. We'll take Nifty 50. Tomorrow I'll teach you Fibonacci. So say for example, here there is a entry, right? So there's a movement of 92 points. So 92 points. So approximately you'll get around 60 points. Okay, let's assume you'll get 60 points. So 1,800 into 60. So maximum lot size is 1,800. So after you practice this setup for 1 year, if you increase this for 1,800, what is the profit? 1,08,000. Right. So that's the beauty of it. But it requires experience. Just practice with swing investment, make some money in swing investment, use that investment. Say for example, if you have 1 lakh rupees as your capital, put 1 lakh rupees for swing investment, achieve 10% every month for 3 months. Don't you think you have 30,000 profit generated from swing investment? Yes or no? Are you guys with me? Yes. By using 1 lakh, you have generated 30,000 profit in swing investment. Use that 30,000 for intraday trading in Nifty and Bank Nifty. Even if there is a loss, by then that 1 lakh capital would have generated much more than 30,000 for you to trade, so that your backup capital is getting ready through swing investment. You're trying to risk only the profit money, not your real capital. So assign 15,000 for Nifty 50, assign 15,000 for Bank Nifty. In 30,000, you can trade one lot of Nifty and Bank Nifty, so that there is no pressure on your mind and you are not fearful of losing money. You're trying to risk your profit money, not your real capital. Because JSL gave you 10%. If you had invested 1 lakh, you would have got 10,000 rupees. Like that, identify 3 stocks, generate 30,000. Use that profit money as your trading capital for index. Because you're in a learning phase. So try to risk very less. That's a request, right? I know you guys have multiple questions. Okay. But once you understand Fibonacci levels, then, you'll appreciate it much better. Okay. So I'll give you some time. If you have any questions, you just go for it. I'll try to address it. So capital required to trade index is just 20,000 rupees. Use only 20,000 rupees to trade Nifty and Bank Nifty, not more than that. Only 1 lot, please. Jaspreet ji, please use this for intraday trading. It's a request. Amit ji, I'll just explain. Say, for example, see here, I'm talking about the closing of the candle. Amit ji has a doubt in closing of the candle. Let me address that first. Say, for example, when we discuss 10 SMA, okay, I want the body of the candle to close about 10 SMA. Amiji, are you with me? See, this candle, it is just trying to pierce its wick. I don't call this as closing. I call this as closing because the green body is about 10 SMA. So the first candle which has its body closing above 10 SMA is closing. So whenever high of this reference candle is breached, then bullish trend has been initiated. Likewise, don't you think? Do you have a beautiful closing here with the red body, Amiji? Anjanji, avoid it. Yes, then this becomes your reference candle. Once low of this is breached, according to 10 SMA, it's bearish, and you need to take support of all indicators to enter trade here. MACD is a default settings. I've not changed anything here. MACD, no changes, default setting. Only in RSI, overbought 80-20, I've changed to 60-40. I've given traffic light so that if it's green, you're going. If it's red, you don't stop. You will go for a sell trade. Between 60 and 40, no trading at all. Okay. So if you combine this setup with Chandrapaji, you can trade in 5 minutes also. It will work, but accuracy is highest in 15 minutes. Okay. So once you stick to 15 minutes, you will have a very good thing. Okay. So stick to 15 minutes. So let's apply the same logic for today's crude oil. This is the first candle, and high of this candle is breached here. Do we have an entry according to the setup in crude oil for 715 candle? Yes or no? Please focus on learning which in the money to take and how to trail stop loss. It will come later. That's what I'm requesting all of you with folded hands. Don't be eager to skip learning. Please make use of my 7 years of experience. You should be eager to learn more than uh, you know because I know I have experience. I'm making money happily, so I want you guys to make some money out of my experience. Please don't ask the future topics the present, because that will affect our mindset, and I would have thought out a lot of topics to discuss, but it might be skipped and I'm not at loss. So do we have entry according to the set? Yes or no? You got 60 points. 60 into 100, 6,000 rupees. That's good enough for dinner biryani. Okay. Now you have crude mini. I'll just tell you that. Crude mini. Now you can trade future 21,000 only. That's the value addition for today. New addition, crude M futures. There are crude oil future and crude M. Crude M is mini. You can check. You require only 21,000. So you can use that to trade crude oil also. But please start with silver micro and gold guinea for better thing. Okay. So let's take top gainers and losers, and let's see where was the probable entry. SBI card, Manappuram. So the major movement happened in the first candle. That's why we skipped this. So SBI card, once high of the first candle is breached, do you have entry here according to the setup? Then capture 0.5%. The way you capture 30 points in Bank Nifty, just capture 0.5% of the share value and just be out of it. Okay. So I want you guys to just observe, practice really well. Okay. See, according to me, I started off from scratch, and you guys are starting from my 7 years of experience. See, when I have multiple confirmations, I can control my emotions. I'm more peaceful while trading. But if I don't have multiple confirmation, I'll be panicking, right? So I don't know what will happen. So please have multiple confirmation, and many people are yet to join because I don't know, they have taken things for granted. So we'll catch up tomorrow. We'll discuss Fibonacci, because I want you guys to absorb information very slowly. So if I teach things in a drastic way, you will not observe things. So yes, we'll catch up tomorrow. So what is your doubt, Vanashriji? I would suggest you guys to open a Zerodha account. Come on, it's a free account if you just to spend 200 rupees, because TradingView, I've never used TradingView in my life. Okay. So I've never used TradingView in my life, because why will I pay premium just to look at the chart? Right. So you have seen me using only Zerodha and making lakhs of rupees on daily basis. So if you want, you just ping me on Telegram and send you my referral link. You can just because all indicators can be plotted in TradingView free version. You cannot use more than 3 indicators, so you might get stuck, and moreover, you'll not get this color shading and all. So just ping me. I'll share my referral link. You can open Zerodha account with just 200 rupees and start using at least for charting pattern. And many people say the data is inaccurate in Zerodha. If data is inaccurate, you cannot make lakhs of rupees on daily basis. Vanashriji, please don't correlate Nifty and Bank Nifty. Many people have lost a lot of money by correlating things. You should get entry in, see, in Nifty 50, you got entry much earlier. Make money when there is an entry. You got entry at 130. So we are not worrying about Bank Nifty. Why will I worry about Bank Nifty? I want money, whether it's Nifty or Bank Nifty. If I get entry according to the setup, I'll take trade. I'll not worry about the other index. Right. I got entry very late here, so I'll make money very late in Nifty Bank. Okay. So rather than paying premium fee for the TradingView, just spend 200 rupees and open Zerodha account. And you have a TradingView version also if you want to use. But I like this color coding and happy with it. So Raviji, that will come later, sir. I have a proper syllabus. I'm going according to it. Please allow me according to it. I'll tell you which are the commodities that you're supposed to trade, and what is the margin required, and what is the currency segment, and what is the margin required to trade currency. All these things will come later. We're just discussing about the setup and right entry. Okay, thank you so much, and please do drop your review on today's class, because I want others to join in. Okay, many people are missing because they might be watching the videos. That's okay, but still, learning things is good. Okay, Chandrapaji, once you have an entry according to the setup, jump into that. So thank you so much. We shall catch up tomorrow. So we'll discuss uh, more about Fibonacci levels. Then we'll combine Fibonacci to this setup, and my setup will be complete tomorrow. Okay, so thank you so much. See you tomorrow. Take care. Good night. Shubharatri.